My mother-in-law called me cheap and stingy, then threw the ring I bought for her daughter at my face. So I called off the engagement, and she is desperate to reconcile. I, 29M, had always been careful with my money. I grew up in a modest household, so I valued financial stability over frivolous spending. When I got engaged, I decided to buy a ring that was meaningful, but wouldn't plunge me into debt. A classic white gold band, set with a tasteful diamond. I thought it was perfect. My fiancée seemed pleased at first, but her mother's reaction was something else entirely. I remember the day clearly. We were sitting in my fiancé's family living room, all warm lights and family photos. I presented the ring in a small velvet box. My fiancé's eyes lit up, while her mother hovered nearby, a forced smile plastered on her face. Her mother insisted on examining the ring closely. "That's it?" she muttered, glancing disdainfully at the diamond. She actually scoffed. "Oh dear, you can barely see the stone. Is this from the bargain section?" My fiancée shot me a nervous look, as if trying to apologize for her mother's rudeness. But the mother pressed on. "Well, I guess it's better than nothing." That stung. I'd spent a chunk of my savings on that ring, carefully budgeting so we could also afford a decent wedding in the future. I tried to keep my cool, politely noting that this ring had sentimental value, that it was from a reputable jeweler, and that I planned to put more money into a shared home and experiences instead of a flashy rock. She waved a dismissive hand. "Young man, an engagement ring is supposed to show how serious you are about my daughter. This looks like you're pinching pennies." Her sharp tone made my fiancée wince. "Mom," she hissed, "stop it." But the mother barreled on. "No daughter of mine is going to wear a ring so cheap." I felt my face heat. "It's not cheap," I replied tersely. "I chose something elegant and within a sensible budget. I love your daughter, but I'm not bankrupting myself on a ring." Her mother's lip curled. Without warning, she flung the ring at me, the tiny box clattering to the floor. "Don't bother, we expected better," she snapped. My fiancée gasped, leaning down to retrieve the ring, apologizing profusely. But her mother's reaction, so brash and hateful, made my stomach churn. She called me stingy, cheap, and insisted I wasn't worthy of her daughter. I stood, anger pulsing. "This is how you treat me for trying to be financially smart? You throw my gift at my face?" My fiancée tried to calm the storm, but her mother wouldn't hear it. She ranted about how her daughter deserved a massive diamond that I was too broke to provide. My chest felt tight. The moment was ruined. This special day I'd envisioned, shattered by her mother's entitlement. I managed to say, "If that's how you feel, I'll keep my ring, thanks," and walked out, ring in hand, my heart thrashing. The car ride home was a blur of anger and disbelief. I recalled the pained look in my fiancé's eyes, but also her frustrating silence while her mother hurled insults. Something snapped in me. This wasn't just a ring crisis, it was a sign of deeper issues. Her mother controlled too much. The following day, my fiancée came to my apartment. She paced around, obviously torn. "I'm so sorry about my mother's reaction," she said quietly. "She can be harsh. She wants the best for me, but she doesn't understand your perspective." I stared at the ring resting on my coffee table, the same ring that had soared through the air when her mother tossed it. My voice sounded tired, even to my own ears. "Your mother called me cheap and worthless." She literally threw the ring at me. I can't pretend that's okay. She wrung her hands, tears brimming. "She's old-fashioned. She believes a ring should be extravagant. Please give her time, she'll come around." But my anger hadn't subsided. "It's not just about the ring," I said. "It's her attitude, how she thinks I'm some wallet. And you barely defended me." That stung her. She tried to explain that she'd been shocked, that her mother's personality was forceful. But frustration welled up in me. I can't marry someone whose mother disrespects me so openly, and who might let it slide. She teared up, pleading, "I love you. Let's figure this out." I took a shaky breath. "Fine, but your mother owes me an apology at the very least." She nodded hesitantly. "I'll talk to her. She might calm down." We arranged to meet her mother again, hoping to salvage the situation. Part of me wanted to call everything off, but I still loved my fiancée, or at least the version of her I believed in. That evening we visited her mother's home. The tension was immediate. Her mother sat stiffly on the sofa, arms crossed. No warm greeting, no hint of remorse. After an uncomfortable silence, I said, I'd like to clear the air. Your reaction to my ring was deeply hurtful. She sniffed. You can't expect me to celebrate something that cheap. My fiancée glared at her mother. Mom, please stop. Then came the ultimatum. Her mother insisted I buy a bigger diamond if I expected the wedding to proceed. I felt my blood boil. Why is that any of your business? This is between me and your daughter. She shot me a venomous glare. It's absolutely my business. I won't let my daughter wear some second-rate ring. I glanced at my fiancée, hoping she'd defend me, but she only mumbled, Mom, let's not do this. I realized then that my fiancée was caught in her mother's shadow. She'd never fully stand up to her. Her mother doubled down, demanding I produce a ring worthy of this family or step aside. The arrogance was overwhelming. After a moment of stunned silence, I stood up. Enough. You don't get to dictate our engagement. If this is your attitude, I'll just call off the whole thing. Her mother smirked, certain I was bluffing. She spat words like, you'll never find someone better. My heart pounded with fury. I turned to my fiancée, searching her face for any sign of true support. She looked torn, paralyzed. The mother took my silence as weakness, sneering, don't come crying later, my daughter can do better. That sneer broke me. I clenched my fists, voice shaking. We're done. Engagement's off. The silence was deafening. My fiancé's eyes widened. You can't just call it off. We love each other. Her mother rolled her eyes as if my vow to walk away was a mild inconvenience. But I wasn't budging. I won't be insulted like this. I won't marry into a family that sees me as a piggy bank. Grabbing the ring from my pocket, I set it on the table. Since it's so worthless, keep it. Or toss it again. I don't care. Then I turned and left, ignoring my fiancé's frantic calls. My chest felt heavy and hollow, but also oddly relieved, like I'd broken free from a toxic snare. Over the next few days, the fallout escalated. My fiancée flooded my phone with texts and voicemails, shifting between apologies and anger. She claimed she'd told her mother off, that she just needed me to reconsider. But I suspected that if I relented, the mother's demands would return. I was done playing that game. Then the mother tried her own approach, a condescending text, stating she'd forgive me if I apologized for disrespect. The nerve. She said if I came to her with a bigger ring, maybe a more proper diamond, she'd graciously allow the engagement to resume. My mouth almost dropped at her arrogance. She believed she controlled everything. A week later, my fiancée showed up at my doorstep unannounced. I let her in to talk, half expecting another confrontation. Instead, she wore a sorrowful expression. Mom's out of line, I know, she said. But she's my mother. I'm stuck. I want to marry you, not her. Can't we just ignore her? I shook my head sadly. Ignoring her won't fix the problem. She feels entitled to run our relationship, and you won't stand up to her. That means the moment she demands something else, you'll fold. I can't live like that. She grabbed my hands, tears in her eyes. I swear I'll set boundaries. Just please don't end us over this. My chest tightened. I did love her, but the mother's poison overshadowed everything. I said softly, your mother threw my ring at me, called me cheap. She wants me to buy some monstrous diamond we can't afford. You didn't defend me. That's not how a marriage starts. She sobbed, tried hugging me, but I pulled away. I'm sorry, I murmured. I can't unsee what happened. The engagement is off, for real. She dissolved into tears, eventually stumbling out, pleading for another chance. The mother, furious at my refusal, tried a different tactic. She spread rumors that I was financially unstable, that I was too cheap to provide for a wife. She told extended family that I humiliated her daughter, that I took back the ring in a fit of rage. But ironically, some folks who knew me well saw through her nonsense. They offered quiet words of support, telling me I dodged a bullet. The mother's controlling streak was infamous. Still, my ex-fiancée wouldn't give up. She tried cornering me at my workplace, insisting she'd cut off her mother if that was what I needed. Yet each time her story changed. She pleaded for a second chance, but never admitted her mother had gone too far. She offered half-hearted, I'll handle it promises, but deep down, I sensed she lacked the backbone. Finally, she showed up one last time, tears streaming down her cheeks, ring box in her hand. She tried returning it to me. Take this back. I want to start fresh. I'll tell Mom she has no say. My anger flared at the sight of the ring. We can't just restart. She disrespected me so blatantly, and you let her. There's no reset button for that kind of betrayal. In desperation, she revealed a compromise. I'd buy a bigger diamond, but only if I wanted to, and her mother would apologize. My laugh was hollow. You think an apology from her mother will fix anything? After she bragged about me being cheap and worthless? She flinched. I know it was awful, but she's my mother. We can't just cut her off. My voice hardened. Then that's your choice. Stay with your mother's illusions or move on without me. I won't be part of her twisted fantasy. Her tears kept flowing, but I stood firm. I'm sorry, I said, calmer now. I did love you, but this fiasco showed me who truly has your loyalty. Your mother's demands overshadow our relationship. She tried again. That's not fair. You're punishing me for her actions. I exhaled slowly. You never stood up for me. That's what's unfair. She realized I wasn't budging. Face pale, she finally left, ring box clutched in trembling fingers. The next day, she texted a simple message. I can't believe you're doing this. I didn't reply. Some mutual friends reached out, calling me heartless. Others said they'd heard how vile her mother could be and that I was escaping a lifetime of toxic meddling. Weeks turned into a month. The mother, not done with her antics, tried contacting me directly, offering a truce if I apologized. Her words dripped entitlement. I'll let you marry my daughter if you prove you can afford her. I deleted the message, shaking my head at the absurd audacity. Meanwhile, I found a sense of peace in my now single life. The ring sat in a drawer, a reminder of a near miss. Occasionally, I'd recall the good times with my ex. Wonder if I was too harsh. But then I remembered that moment. The ring flying at my face, accompanied by shrill accusations of stinginess. It reaffirmed my choice. A marriage, overshadowed by such controlling in-laws, was doomed from the start. Eventually, news came that my ex's mother tried pushing her daughter into another relationship, some wealthy guy. My ex apparently resisted, realized too late how her mother's meddling had cost her true love. She even tried calling me again, saying she regretted not standing by my side. But that ship had sailed. I'd moved on, determined not to let regret or pity overshadow the toxic reality we once inhabited. In the end, I walked away with my dignity intact, free from a mother-in-law who thought money overshadowed respect. If she wanted a lavish ring as proof of love, so be it. I wasn't the guy to play that game.